Thanks for joining Citrix course. In this particular course, we are going to understand Citrix NetScaler. My name is Amar and I'm associated with UniNets. Okay, since 4 years now. I do have experience in a load balancing technology. I do have experience in a firewall technology, cloud technology, and proxy side. Right. So this is brief about me. Overall, if I talk about experience, so I have 15 plus year of experience. So let's go with the course content that we have and what is the certification we have. So here we will talk about Citrix NetScaler. Okay, so Citrix Next NetScaler is a ADC. Like you have F5, F5 is the application delivery controller. Same Citrix is the ADC. Okay, so basically it would be able to do the load balancing. Okay, the traffic which is coming from the client side, Citrix ADC would be able to do the load balancing of them. And not only it can perform the load balancing, but it can modify the request or response from client side or server side. Okay, so that's it is. Citrix is one of the famous product, right? And most of the company using this, and that's why it's demandable. Okay, if we talk about Citrix NetScaler certification, so Citrix NetScaler have initial certification like a CCA-N, which is Citrix Certified Associate. Okay, this is the certification, and in this certification, we are just going to cover Citrix ADC 12.0 version, right? On this, we talk about examination cost. So this is 300 USD certification. Okay, and this is the course content. I hope you have already gone through. So what we are going to cover in this particular course, we are going to cover that basic introduction. Okay, where we will talk about introduction to NetScaler functionality, overview, product and features, hardware platform, hardware component, all these things. After that, we will talk about networking. So here we are not going to cover the depth networking, but we are going to cover the networking, which is essential for the Citrix course, right? And we will talk about different IP of the NetScaler. After that, we will go for the high availability. We will talk about how you can achieve the high availability in a Citrix environment, and then we will go for the NetScaler system communication. So we will talk about access control list, user group, okay, authentication, all these things we will talk. After that, we will go and learn about the load balancing. So load balancing mechanism, how you can create a server, how you can create a services, how you can create a virtual server, all these things we are going to talk. And then we will talk about SSL offload, and then finally we will talk about global server load balancing, GSLB. And after that, we will talk about app expert, policy engine. Yeah. So next module is a app expert, classic policy engine, and app expert default policy engine. So we will discuss about this, right? So what was your question? So basically, these are the templates that can be used for content filtering, and these are the default template, okay, which you can use. And this is a, I can say that this is a collection of the configuration which you can set for the you can set for your Citrix NetScaler appliance.
Okay, like there is something application, something in F5 means where we can all, which are kind of things,
right? That kind of
we can
things.
collaborate all those things and
right, like app I think iApp.
app, right,
iApps. So similar like here.
Okay.
Now we will also discuss about rewrite responder. I mean, here we will discuss about how you can do the rewrite. Okay, so if I discuss about rewrite, so this is kind of LTM policies using which you can modify the traffic. Same way you can do the modification of the traffic here. And after that, we will talk about the content switching, and after that we will go and understand optimizing traffic, and then we will go and understand the clustering. Then we will see how we can do the monitoring. Okay, and what is the use of the monitoring, and how you can do the, how you can generate the report. All these things we can see.
I got a question. This monitoring you do the ADM by ADM?
Right.
Okay. So I can see the all license things, how when the license is expired, that sort of thing, isn't it?
So basically, we will use a demo license over here.
Yep.
Yeah.
No, no, I understand that, but like in company got a like 50 uh, SDX or VPX. How do you know that when the license is expired or something?
You mean okay? Basically, whether license has expired or not, right?
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So
Uh,
we can see from ADM or
I mean, you using GUI you can see, but you are talking about how you will know in the monitoring system.
yes.
I believe in the log that is going to generate that this the license is has been expired. So using NetScale log management, you can see that.
Okay.
Right. So let me just talk about overview of a Citrix NetScaler. Okay. So we are going to discuss here um, Citrix ADC features. You can use GUI instead of using any USB part. So yes, it is
It's so
possible.
great. We can, right? We can try
Right.
readily.
So you'll give the access for the lab, or you'll provide the image for
We will
the.
we will provide access to the lab. Let's go here and let's talk about Citrix NetScaler features. So basically, let's say you just want to use Citrix NetScaler. So let's say this is your NetScaler box, and in this box you have hosted some services. For example, uh, there are backend server. These are the backend server, and there is a user on a front end. So these are the user, and these are the backend server. Where you have hosted a website. Let's say you have hosted a website under var www html. Over here you have hosted some website, and yeah. So if I talk about how your NetScaler is working, this is your NetScaler device. So NetScaler device can work as a load balancer. So when I said the load balancer, that means this can work for the application availability. So it can work as a layer 4 load balancer. Let me just write over here. It can act as a layer 4 load balancer. Okay. Also, it can work on the layer 4, but also it can work on a layer 7 as well. So any load balancer, if you talk about F5 or Citrix, both are the device same. Both are having a same technology, and they are working on a layer 4 and layer 7. So it can work on a layer 7 as well. So on layer 7, basically, when you talk about layer 4 load balancing, so that is load balancing on the server level. But if you talk about load balancing on application level, so also they can perform a load balancing on a application level. So basically on layer 7 you can get the content switching. You can get here content switching. Okay. Apart from this, it can work as a GSLV. That means it can not only your load balance your local traffic, but it can also load balance your global. Okay, this is known as a global server load balancing. Okay. So both of these feature, L4 load balancing, layer 7 load balancing or GSLV, these both are feature is providing basically application availability. So these both of the feature is providing application availability. Sorry. Availability. So this Citrix ADC can work as a application availability where it can provide layer 4 load balancing, layer 7 load balancing or content switching, also global traffic load balancing, global server load balancing. Right. Now let me show you lab, how you can access our lab or connectivity. I'm just going to show you. So you need to access rex.uninets.com, and there you need to provide username and password. I have already provided, that's why. And this is a physical connection that you can see here. This is the physical connectivity. In physical connectivity, you can see we have two boxes. These are the two boxes, and there are multiple interfaces connected. Okay, one of the interface I would use as the management, which is NSIP, and rest of the interface I would use as a SNIP. Okay, so SNIP would have the physical interfaces, but for virtual IP, we don't have a, we don't require any physical interface. The virtual IP can be assigned on your Citrix box, and it can associated with a particular NSIP, sorry, SNIP. So workstation, this workstation I would use to generate the request to the backend node as well, and this workstation I would use to access this device as a management as well. So here we have R1 router, R2 router, and R3 router. So we are going to host, your web services over here on these router. Web services we are going to host over here. So that means these are the backend server, and this NetScaler device would be working as a front end. Here it is a front end. So if user is hitting the virtual IP, the request would go to NetScaler, and the NetScaler using the backend interface, which is subnet IP, it is going to generate the request either to this system or to this system or to this system. It's a depend on the load balancing mechanism. By default, it's a round robin. So the request would go to one server, then again another server, and then another server. How it is going to work. Later, what we do, we will configure, HA between this device and this device. So both device, logically would be one, right? When we configure the HA, and then we will create a port. So either this device is going to, if this device is working as active, so this device is going to send the request to the backend node, or if this device is working as active, so this device would be sending the request to the backend node. So whatever the configuration which we have, whatever the course content we have right now, we can cover using this topology. So it's a very simple topology we have used.
So you can see the GUI base as well, like ADC and ADM as well.
Right, you can see.